Hello, my Vibe Tribe. Welcome to the Daily Vibe. It is Tuesday. How is everybody today? How's everybody's Monday? Did you sprinkle some glitter on it and sparkle all day? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. In fact, I think just rolling through glitter would be awesome. But I don't know. Everybody wants to be blingy, right? So today is Tuesday Thoughts. So welcome back to Tuesday Thoughts. I have two things today. Maybe, if I get to it. The other one I might save for things to think on Thursday. Actually, I think I'll save the other one for things to think on Thursday. So, here we go. It's actually on a nicer meme than this, but since I can't see, my phone while I'm talking, okay, so I'm glad to see that my favorite smartass just got on. Hi, baby sibling. She says, glitter is great unless it gets into your eyes. Yes, close your eyes. Don't roll in it with your hands uncovered, or, cover your face and cover your hands. Okay, that's the best way to go. That way it just gets on you. Or you could just take a blush thingy and, so this is why I love her. You'll have to read the comments. So, it's on Facebook. It's all public. You can read her comments and what a smarty pants she is. She's my favorite smartass, for what it's worth. Good morning, Lori Bradford. How are you? So, you know what? Let me fix this. It's bothering me a little bit. There we go. So, good vibes only. I already got my first flip off of the day, and, thanks, baby sibling. But good vibes only. So I'll go over this after I'm done reading it, but I kind of liked it because it really kind of hit home. In fact, I was having a conversation with one of my friends this morning, and I hope she sees this. If not, I'm going to make her watch it because it really kind of touches base on something that her and I were talking about. So, good vibes only. And I'd like to thank Paula K for this one, Violet Paula, because she is the one that posted this the other day on Facebook, and I saw it. So, and I loved it, and I thought it'd be great to share with everybody else. Good morning, Eileen. So, let's get started. Tuesday Thoughts. Good vibes only. My language is called vibes. Many humans might not get it. In fact, they don't. We can be strangers one moment and best friends the next. Even online. That's because vibes aren't about learning every story that they've been through. Vibes are about feeling each other's energy and feeling familiar from the first moment of connection. So, a lot of times, these are my own opinions on this one because, it can, everyone has a different thought process. Everyone has a different feeling about these things. But I guess what I really want to go with here is that, we do have connections. And a lot of times, if you meet people and you just, every time they come around, maybe you cringe, or maybe you just don't vibe with their energy, or maybe you feel elated and overwhelmed with extreme joy or happiness. Those are connections. And the ones that, aren't vibing with you, you may not be connecting well to them, or they may not be connecting well to you. Now, that doesn't mean it can't change. We've all had friends that it's like, oh, well, they need me in their life. Well, maybe when you're not feeling that, it means that they have their own path that they need to go on. And, it doesn't mean you have to cut people out of your life. It just means that sometimes you have to pull back because, they may not be vibing with you. Now, or connecting with you, however you want to put it. Now, there is no, this is just, I'm trying to explain how to put this. This is not religious. This is not metaphysical. This is not anything more than what we are capable as humans. We just put different terms on it, like connections or vibes or, friendship or relationships. These are things that, that break us together. I remember, I don't know. This is a tough one, guys. And I'm saying that because there's so many thoughts that are going through my head that I can't just pick one. Good morning, Debbie. So, I'm going to read this again. Just, maybe it'll help me. But my language is called vibes. Many humans might not get it. In fact, they don't. We can be strangers one moment and best friends the next, even online. That's because vibes aren't about learning every story that they've been through. Vibes are about feeling each other's energy and feeling familiar from the first moment of connection. Again, sometimes you just know when you connect. And you know what? I think the reason I'm stumbling over this is because I'm so worried about offending people, or, people looking at me funny and thinking, okay, she's weird. She's talking about weird things again. So you know what? I'm just going to be me. Okay, I'm just straight up going to be me. I like the idea of the vibes. I like how these are, these vibes, they're your spidey senses. They really are your spidey senses. They are these, feelings that you have about, like, hi, there's a dark alley. Should I walk down it? No, not a very good idea if you're alone. But it really is your spidey instincts. It's your body telling you, wow, maybe this person is meant to be in my life, or maybe I better tread carefully before jumping in feet first, and and just trusting off the cuff. So oh, good morning, older sibling. I saw her there, and that one was for her because we were talking about this yesterday. But and there's nothing wrong with trusting people, but just if we really should ramp up the spidey instincts, because I think if we listen to our inner self, if we listen to our subconscious, I think people will understand. I mean, you're either going to connect or you're not going to connect. You cannot force a connection. And that's just how it goes. Now, it could grow over time and become something completely different down the road, but you can't just say, hi, I've met you, how do you feel about me? Not everybody understands how to connect right away. So, this is why I really like this, because it really is its own language. It is, vibes are what I would call the language of your soul. It's your soul connecting with another soul. It's your soul connecting with a familiar soul. If you believe in past lives, or if you believe in whatever you believe in, but especially, we'll just go with past lives, because past lives just kind of keep it, in, just in this realm of people's, okay, I'll grasp onto that. There's a million different ways we could go with this. There are a lot of different belief systems in people, roaming around as humans. So, but we'll stick with past lives. Sometimes when you see someone, you think, oh gosh, have we met before? Maybe you knew each other in a past life. If you don't believe in past lives, then maybe it's just coincidence. But for me personally, I do believe in past lives. I do know that I have traveled in many circles with, even with people I've met once or twice, and haven't met since. And, people I know now. I know baby sibling and older sibling have been in my past lives. And this might be reaching, and this might be stretching it out for people that don't particularly believe in these things. But there are just some things that happen that really kind of solidify the thinking that, wow, we have traveled this road together before. And again, like I said, if you don't believe in it, then, I'm just telling you a story right now, okay? But I don't want anyone to miss the general message that I'm trying to say. And that's, we do connect through vibes. If it feels right, then, go for it. If it feels right, then, be friends with this person or pursue things with this person in a very legal, safe way, guys, okay? I'm pretty sure my audience is on the level with the law, but, just in case, I don't want anything coming back and saying, well, they watched your video, and no. Shelly Marie does not condone any kind of illegal activity. There you go. That's my disclaimer. I do not. It's bad. It's bad, 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 and it will ruin your life forever. So don't do it. Yeah, because anyone's gonna listen to me. But anyways, you know, it really is true. Vibes are about feeling each other's energy and feeling familiar from the first moment of connection. And, you know, this is why we call it a tribe, right? I mean, I know there's lately a lot of controversy around using the word tribe, but it's just a group of people that connect. The word doesn't belong to anyone, as far as I'm concerned, because I really, and you know, maybe I'm stepping over the line there, but you know, a tribe is how we gather. It's a group of people. It's, you know, people that you connect with. It's your people, you know. Let's look it up in the dictionary. Okay, well, it's a group of it's a social group comprising numerous families, clans, or generations together. So, you know, when you meet people, aren't they like your family? This struggle is real with this one. I'm not going to lie. The struggle is real with this one. I thought it would be easier, but again, there's so many thoughts that are running through my mind, you know, and I think part of it is that I really miss people. I miss peopling. You know, even if you just connect for a second with someone you're smiling at the grocery store, you know, it's still a connection of sorts, you know, even if it's fleeting. Remember, not everybody is meant to stay in your life forever. Some come for, you know, ever, and some don't. Some come just for a season, some come for a reason. But, you know, whatever it is, we should cherish those moments. You know, we should, you know, keep those moments. If they're bad connections and you find a way to cut the cord on that connection, then it's a lesson. You know, it's a lesson that we've learned. And it's just something to help us grow, you know. So I am probably going to cut this one short today, because I am telling you, I don't know what's happening right now. I really don't know what's happening right now. I just, you know, normally I am able to just verbal vomit stuff out, and the good vibes only. I mean, I have like a ton of good vibes going, and you know, guys, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. I'm gonna stray off for a second. I have not always been good at trusting the connections and leaving when I should. I have sometimes trusted the wrong people, and you know, you get hurt by things. And I'm not going to say that I probably have never hurt people. I'm sure I have. And I say I'm sure I have because sometimes we do things and we don't realize what we may have left in our wake. But I take accountability for anything or anyone I have hurt. It was never intentional. I think a lot of times it never is, but in the last couple of days, I've been going through stuff, you know, and it's like I mentioned in the past, because I really don't want to talk about my past anymore. They're all on video. They're all there. I really want to focus on bringing people forward, you know, and not looking back. But I realize that sometimes when we do look back, it's because things need to be healed. And I think maybe the reason I'm struggling with this post today is because there's a part of me that's literally saying, it's time to step forward, you know, trust yourself, you know, trust your own vibes and trust your own instincts and your own spidey instincts. And I'm struggling with that because I have let myself down so many times in the past by mistrusting it. And, you know, I think it's a leap of faith. It really is a leap of faith to completely trust your vibes, your spidey instincts, you know, the connections that you are making. You know, if you're married, you know, that's a vibe connection. You know, this is the person that you connected with and that you loved so much that you married them. You know, you connect, you know, if you've had babies, then these are, you know, the vibes. The mommies are literally creating that vibe with their child as, you know, as they're growing in their womb. And the dads, it's like, you know, you're not missing out on that vibe, okay? If you are with the mommies, or if the mommies and the mommies, or the daddies and the daddies, however it is, you are connecting. A lot of times when people adopt children, these children were meant to be yours. You know, there was a vibe that was connected long before you even realized that they were going to be in your life. And, it does kind of step out of the normal traditional sense of thinking. But when you're drawn to someone or when you're drawn to something, there's a connection there. And, there can even be connections with material objects. And now, I'm not saying be obsessed with them, okay? And I'm not saying, like break a bank to get something because, oh, it has to be mine. This is it. No, I'm talking about, say you inherit something, well, for instance, I inherited a very, very beautiful, expensive watch when Sissy passed away. I'm gonna name drop. It's a Tiffany watch, but it has nothing to do with where it came from. It has nothing to do with, the name emblazoned on its little, watch frame. It has everything to do with the fact that, this is something that connects me to my soul sister who passed away. I have pictures of her wearing this watch. We took a trip to Disney World with her wearing that, and there's pictures everywhere of her wearing that watch there. And, I don't wear it as much because I think it hurt for a while. Every time I saw it, the memory was there. But I realize now our connection is not broken. She's not here physically, but we are still connected. And, you don't have to believe in the woo-woo or the metaphysical to feel it. Memories are connections. So, just hold on to those vibes. I know sometimes it's hard, especially when we're going through mourning phases, because you can really, really feel that connection. And it does make it harder to move on. But, you're not, well, I shouldn't say move on. I think that's where I struggled for a while and why I got stuck in mourning, because I was trying to move on instead of moving forward. And I really, really believe that there is a difference between moving on and moving forward. When you break up with someone, or when you leave a job, or, when you leave something behind, that's moving on. When you're moving forward, you're still taking these people with you, but, you're moving into a new phase in your life, and this is kind of what the good vibes is all about. They're leading you. No matter what path you take, what turn you take, even if it's a wrong turn on a bad road and you end up hitting a dead end and having to come back, there's your vibe is always going to be with you. And maybe you were meant to make that wrong turn, so you learned a lesson. But I think for me it was hard to go with this because I am still trying to I'm still trying to trust my vibe. I don't necessarily trust my vibe. People tell you these things all the time about, oh, well, there's a connection, and this is a great friend, and, or, I think you're going to love these people, and, and you get afraid to trust it because it's like, oh, I've heard that a million times before. So tap into that spidey instinct, again, this is, your vibe is your soul's language. It is your soul's language. What you put out a frequency. Believe it or not, we're made of energy, we're made of water, we're made of a lot of different things that just keep us going. But when you touch a piece of metal, when it's very static electricity outside, you're getting shocked, not just because the metal's charged, but because you have energy running through your body. It is energy and energy connecting on a piece of metal that is literally conducting this. So, it's like, my mom was very good at that. My mom had great energy. My mom just didn't realize she had this great energy. My dad does too. And, and I inherited it from both of them. And I think because of older sibling and because of baby sibling, I've learned to kind of harness this whole gift that I've had, especially older sibling. She found me a long time ago. And, she's another great example. We just clicked like that. I met her at an Anaheim Ducks hockey booster club meeting. Okay, I was trying to make new friends. I was new to this county, and she just immediately swooped in and took me under her wing. And that was a long, long time ago. And we almost instantly, I started seeing her as a sister. I mean, she is 100% amazing. And it's the same with baby sibling. And I, when my mom was dying, she checked in on me every single day. The girl lives 400 and something miles away from me. So it's like a good 6.5 hour drive. But we were close before, but we were cousins before. And, you know, and we got along well, we got on very well, but, you know, something grew. So, you know, out of this sad part of my life grew this beautiful relationship that, you know, went from being cousins to being sisters. And, you know, I guess I can kind of look at it that way. You know, my mom's passing wasn't totally in vain. You know, well, it wasn't in vain. I mean, she had no choice. Actually, she did have a choice, and she made a choice, and I'd like to point that out. She knew that she was not going to get better, so she chose her time. And I don't mean chose her time like, you know, she just said, you know what? I am not going through any more treatment because I cannot. I'm not going to live my life this way. That takes bravery. That takes some serious balls, okay? And my mom was a very strong woman, and to face your fate, you know, that's strength. But she knew her vibe was dying, and well, her physical one, okay? But I still connect with my mom all the time. I still connect with Sissy all the time. And I know this kind of went off the rails on where we were going with the good vibes only. And I'm not telling you sad things to make you sad, guys. I'm telling you these things because if you really read between the lines, it's joy, it's happiness. You know, when we learn to connect with vibes of other people, we lose them in the physical sense, but we don't lose them in the spiritual sense. You know, a lot of people sit there, a lot of people are very religious, they go to church, they, you know, I mean, it's like I said, I do believe in God, I have a lot of higher powers that I turn to, but I do believe in God. But I don't understand why people can believe in God and there's a connection there, but they can't believe that they've connected or are still connected with someone who's passed on. Their energy, their spirits, we call them our angels, right? So if they're our angels, why do we refuse to connect with them? If they give us a sign, why do we not want to see it? Because it's not possible. Well, if God is possible, or any of your higher powers are possible. See, I'm only pointing at God because my mom used to be afraid of the path I was taking. She thought it was very bad, but my vibe knew it wasn't. I mean, I came alive when I discovered my path, when I discovered that there was so much more out there that I could turn to. And I'm not knocking religion, okay? I don't want anyone, it's not for me. I spent a long time in organized religion. And, you know, like I said, I would rather spend time with God and nature. But that doesn't mean I'm taking away from anybody else. You do you. Now, you do you, boo. Whatever makes you happy, that's great. But remember, our spirit, it leaves our body. That's it. This is just something, think of it as like a can of peas, okay? You are a can of peas. Once you take the peas out, it's just a can, right? So the peas are the soul of the can. The peas are the whole purpose of that can. And I don't know why I pick peas because I'm not a fan of peas. They're squishy and gross. But the snappy peas are okay. But yeah, the canned ones, they make me gag. But Shelly, fun fact. Hi. Squirrel. But anyways, oh, speaking of squirrel, since we're already off the rails anyways, I want to show you my new book. I got a new journal and it is fantastic. It's from Up, you know, and it's cool because these thingies that are taped in here, they're completely removable. And how cute is that? How super cute is that, right? And that is completely removable too. I could take that out and tell everyone that's my grandparents. Wouldn't believe me, but that's okay. Baby sibling, just really quick. I sent you a polo about it, so go check it out. But, yeah. I'm sorry this went off the rails, guys. And I'm sorry if it went into places I should not have gone into. But I just, you know, I'm not trying to tread on anyone's beliefs. I'm not trying to step on anyone's beliefs. I am all for people free thinking. I am all for people, you know, doing whatever makes them happy. Going to church made my mom happy. I would go to church with her because that also made her happy when I was in town. And not always, but a lot. But I did that for her because I love her, you know. But, you know, I'm not going to tell anyone what they can and can't do. Okay, that's not me. I have been told my path is the wrong path. I've had people try to hit me over the head with books about, not those kind of books, Marie, not Brian books, but I've had people try to sway me from my path. And the funny thing is that my path, it's all inclusive. I'm just saying. And that helps me vibe. That helps me vibe much better to know that I am not constrained and that I am brave enough to follow the path I'm on, because it's not a path that everyone really understands. And like I said, I pray, I believe in God. The people I know that follow a much deeper path than I do, they don't care. They don't care what my belief is. They just care that we vibe together, sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm playing with my hair. My hair is at that weird stage right now where it's just doing strange things because it's not falling or staying up. But the only thing that matters to them is the connection that we have, the vibe that we have. And I think that is what's most important, is how, we treat one another. It is possible to really lower someone's vibration when you're mean to them. So let's do our best to be kind. Let's do our best to keep poofing out the good vibes. I'm not going to promise tomorrow will be any better, but I think tomorrow will be a little bit more on track. And just to show you, because remember, last week we did the 50 ideas for self-care when you're having a bad day, but I decided to do 5, right? 5 every Wednesday, or 5 on Wednesdays, on self-care Wednesdays, until we're done. Well, remember how I told you I was going to put all those ideas into a box or to a hat? I found the box. That's right. I got this last year for my birthday, and can't see my face, but here they are. Oops. Here we are. Well, look, one fell out. Okay. You know what? Let's just read this one really quick, and then we'll probably do it again tomorrow if it comes up. But declutter 10 items. That must be my mother. Mom, see what I'm talking about? Your connections are real. That is my mother. Clean your room. So it's hard when you have a birthday and people constantly give you things. You have to find room for things. So I guess I'm going to do what Marie did with her boys. For every toy they received, they got rid of 2 things. So for every gift I received, I'm going to get rid of 2 or 3 things. Anyways, for everybody that hung in there, thank you. That was a crazy ride, wasn't it? Okay, baby sibling is saying add it to my list, but I'm not sure what she said to add to my list. So you know what? Let's just go out there, do better. Let's be kind to everyone. Let's make sure we're all vibing high. Let's remember that our connections don't end when people pass on. They keep going. If it's not a good connection, then let it go. Let it go. You don't have to just say, sorry, I'm out. You can just back away a little bit, So, because what really matters is your vibe. Your vibe is so important because it's really your essence. It's your soul. Like I said, this is the language of your soul. And you can always tell when people are vibing low, when you're hurting physically or emotionally, when you're sad or upset. You're vibing at a lower frequency, and we call it feeling down, we call it feeling blue. When you have a dinged up mental health, it is a lot harder to vibe higher, but it is possible. You can be someone who has a brain that works like mine and you suffer from depression but still vibe incredibly high. It just takes more effort sometimes. So don't give up on yourself. Keep going. Tomorrow, I promise. I am going to promise. Tomorrow will be a better vibe. But I am sure there's something in there that I touched on that somebody might find helpful. But they're not always going to be great, guys. They're not always going to be super fantastic. Did I just say that my vibes are super fantastic without even actually saying it, going from, straight out? Sorry. What's a vibe without a giggle? Without a Shelly giggle. That's right. Whew. So, wow. I don't even know what happened with that vibe. I thought it was going to go much better, but as they say, life happens when you're making plans, and I planned on that going better, and life had other ideas. So, oh, thank you, baby sibling. She says, give yourself more credit. This vibe was wonderful. Thank you. Tear. Tear. I have glasses in my way. Tear. Okay. So I guess that's it, guys. Okay, I'm out. Bye. See ya. Fini. I'm really struggling with the hanging up this week, aren't I? Yeah, this is shit. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So you don't have to sit here watching me laugh for about 10 hours. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a great Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for hanging in there. I am sorry if I offended anybody. Not intentional. Like I said, everybody has their own path. You do you. You do you. But, you know, don't judge other people's paths. Please don't. You know, a lot of times people struggle with the path they're on as it is, especially trying to be open about who they really want to be. If you want people to vibe high, if you want your people to vibe high, you know, it's understandable to care about them and their well-being and their spiritual well-being. But sometimes the path they choose is what brings them joy. It's what brings them happiness. I chose a different path than I ever thought I was going to take. And I have met beautiful souls along the way. And some of them, like I said the other day, some of them I truly consider to be best friends. And I haven't even met them physically yet. Okay, and I say yet because they're in England. But I'm coming back, guys. I am coming back, and we are going to party hard. So, you know, yeah, we'll probably sit around a fire and drink. But hey, you know what? Whatever brings you joy. So let's just try to not be judgmental. Maybe that's the whole point of this vibe, is to not be judgmental. Because you see how I struggled. And now all of a sudden I have all this shit coming out of me verbally. So maybe that was the point, was to physically and visually show you what happens when people feel like they're not being seen and they're not being heard. Just try to understand, talk to them about it. You know, just get the information before you dive in and become judgmental, okay? Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you again for everybody for watching. And I hope y'all have a brilliant, wonderful Tuesday, okay? Go out there and knock this one out of the park, too. Have a great day.